Hello, you guys. Welcome and welcome back to the underground. We're gonna get into another reading, child. Oh my goodness. Ooh, thank you guys for being here. My face is itchy. Y'all, like the video, subscribe, put the purple hearts or any of your favorite color hearts in the comments section if the reading is resonating. Feel free to share whatever you feel like you want to share. We're just going to see what messages Spirit has for you when it comes to love, your love life, love situations. Golly, my nose is just itching. It just, as soon as I turned on the camera, ridiculous. Oh my God. Jeez. That's interesting. What does that mean? Okay. No, but we're going to see what you guys need to know when it comes to love. What you need to know and be aware of, okay? So thank you guys for being here as always. You know, I really appreciate you guys. I hope these messages help you in some way to navigate your situations. I appreciate everyone who supported the channel. Thank you to everyone who has donated to the building fund. You guys, that, if you don't know, is just a little extra assistance that some of my members on the other channel created for me. Because I'm trying to move and get things situated. And I know I've been saying it for a long ass time, but literally, like, you know, I can't really control when things are going to happen. I just got to let it flow. So if you guys do want to donate, you are going to be entered into winning a free reading. Lionsgate is the date that we are going to be doing our drawing, which is 888. Really, it's August 8th, 2024, but if you add up 2024, that's an 8 as well. Ooh, spooky, ooky. All right. But that's the day we're going to do the drawing. So if you want to be entered to win, the more you donate, the more names you will have entered to win a free reading, you guys. And it is really helpful. So if you could donate $5 or $10 to help out, that would be greatly appreciated. But if you can't, don't feel bad. Don't feel pressure. I'm just letting you guys know about it so that you can possibly win a free reading, okay? The best way that you guys can help the channel is to like the video and to subscribe, leave a comment, engage with the content, you guys. That's the best way to help out. Let's try to get this reading to 500 likes, okay? So that we can show the algorithm that we are important. But let's go ahead and see for the collective, guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration. Father, Mother God, when it comes to love for the collective, what is it that they need to know at this time when it comes to love? That thing be irking me sometimes, y'all. What is it that the collective needs to know, Spirit, when it comes to love and what they're dealing with in their love lives, or when it comes to love in their life, period? What is it that the collective needs to know? Let's get into it. Oh, wow. Conflict and defeat. That's the Five of Swords. Ooh. Excuse me. And then new beginnings, we have, that's the Fool card, along with heart chakra. The number 0, which is like a blank slate, clean slate. The number 4 and the number 5. So you could definitely be dealing with some challenging thoughts right now when it comes to your love life, when it comes to relationships in your life. You may feel like you're going in a totally different direction than the people around you. That could just be in general. Some of you guys are at this threshold where you're being challenged kind of to take the next step forward. Some of you may feel it's a challenge to move forward or take the next step. But you can do it. I definitely feel like you can do it. But I also feel that there is a strong, like, anxiety. It's not so much anxiety as maybe even racing thoughts that you could be having about taking your next step forward. You guys have officially closed the door. Like, the door is closed. And then, wow, right under that is emotional loss, which is the 5 of Cups. But it's another 5. So there's definitely challenges that I feel like you guys are facing. when it comes to just being tired. I really feel this energy with these two cards of like you closing a door on things. And there's just this strong level of exhaustion and just being tired of being tired. You know, like tired of being tired of being in certain situations over and over again. But I feel strongly that you guys could feel that you're going in a different direction from other people. However, there is a positive to that, because if you see this little candle right there, even though you're going in a different direction, or you may feel like you're going in a different direction than others, and that could be creating some type of conflict within your mind, you're also following like a guiding light that I feel like has been set forth in front of you by your spirit team. I feel like you guys could definitely be in a situation where you know that you have to go in a particular direction, even though everyone else around you is not going in that direction. So, for example, like in the community that I'm familiar with, right? In the community that I grew up in, when it comes to being a Black woman, you know, and being in an ethnic community, right? Especially the Black community. Sometimes it feels like the only way that I can get ahead is to sell my body. Sometimes it feels like the only way that I can get ahead is to sacrifice my morals. Sometimes it feels like the only way that I can get ahead is to move forward in a way that's not necessarily authentic to who I am in order to be accepted by that particular group of people. So there are times where I go against those, you know, societal norms, or I go against those beliefs and do things my own way. But it also feels like I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot, because if I do things my own way, I feel more true and authentic to myself, but I also have to work 10 times harder to get what it is that I want, because I'm not selling my body and I'm not sacrificing my morals, and I'm not, you know, being someone who is so involved with superficial things that it, you know, encompasses my life. It feels like sometimes that choice pushes me backwards. And I believe that sometimes that can affect you when it comes to like self-esteem. That can affect you when it comes to having confidence and, you know, going for things in your life that you want. So I feel like some of you guys right now need to know, first of all, to be proud of yourself, because with this card right here, this is you taking a risk. This is you having faith. This is you leaping off the ledge and not necessarily knowing if your fall is going to be caught, but still doing it anyway. It's you choosing to go a different way. I'm hearing the song "You Can Go Your Own Way" in my head. It's like you choosing to go a different way, knowing that you may be rejected, knowing that you may be hurt, knowing that you may even be alone in this battle or alone in the choice, but still doing it anyway. The world is literally at your feet. You literally can do whatever it is that you want to do. And I never want you guys to feel like you can't. You can do what it is that you want to do. And you can do it in the way that's most authentic to who you are. But the fact that you've closed this door, I think it puts a lot of pressure on you. And you can feel the heat on the back of your neck. Your heart chakra, I feel, is going to be opened up very soon, though. If it's not already open, I feel like it is going to be open very soon. And look, there's another 5. This is the 5 of Wands. So you could definitely be having racing thoughts. You could be feeling like kind of questioning yourself in certain situations. You could be questioning certain choices that you made. You could be questioning certain doors that you've closed. But I feel like, yep, disruption, solitude, emotional loss. That's the Tower card, the Hermit card, and the 5 of Cups. I feel that you've reflected upon things in the recent past that have kind of disrupted your spirit. And it feels to me that you've made a choice or gained some type of knowledge, reinforced your strongholds when it comes to what you feel like you deserve in your life, and understood what the loss is. And it's like, you know that you're going to have to get through it. You're going to have to get through it emotionally. You're going to have to get through it mentally. And you're also going to have to get through it physically. But there's balance that's about to come from that. I think that's the Justice card. I could be wrong. I think that's the Justice card. I just want to see real quick. Y'all be sure to like the video. It is. Yeah, so there's justice. There's going to be an obstacle that you overcome. And there's going to be justice on the other side. There's going to be balance on the other side. And I feel like there's going to be understanding. Then you have the Destiny card here. Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you may be in the near future feeling conflicted about whether or not you've chosen the right path. But look, spiritual union after the Destiny card, it definitely feels like there's going to be a confirmation when it comes to that. Let me get a thumbnail because that's really pretty. Really pretty. There's going to be a confirmation that comes from the choices that you've made. And don't give up, because what I feel is that right when you feel that you're not doing the right thing, or right when you feel like you may not have gone the right way, you're going to see that you have. And I don't know how long it's going to take, because some of you guys, you know, I know it's frustrating and it's been a long journey, but it will pay off. And it's all about your choice of perspective. Ooh, that's interesting. Let's keep going. Okay. What else when it comes to love? What else does the collective need to know? Y'all like the video? Leave me some comments. Don't ever feel pressured to share anything more than what you're comfortable sharing in the comments, you guys. You know, but it definitely does help to comment. So even if you just put an emoji, it's really helpful. And I just feel like we should show this platform that our corner of the platform is substantial. And we should, you know, lift up the people who we feel, we believe, you know, are genuine. So if you do feel like that about me, I appreciate it. Let's see. There's a new beginning here. Yeah, there's a new beginning here, and this is good. And I feel like you going in the opposite way of what everyone else is doing is going to bring you and yield you a stronger bonded connection. Like with that Wheel of Fortune and spiritual union, that's a connection that's very like ordained. Like it's a connection that's very strong. It's a connection that's balanced, I feel, and healthy. But there is a part of you like healing your heart, opening up your heart to the possibility of it. It's like it's not even so much so opening up your heart to the possibility that it can exist. It's more so opening up your heart to the possibility that you can have it after you've faced those obstacles, after you've overcome those obstacles. It's the understanding and the openness in your heart to believe that there is a happy ending at the end of all of this work that you've been putting in. Because I think some of you guys right now are possibly questioning whether or not you made the right choice. I don't know if you've been dealing with somebody and you decided not to deal with them, or you've been hanging out with a certain crowd that doesn't resonate with you anymore. But there was some type of disruption or realization that there was disruption going on in your life where you're now choosing not to allow that disruption to continue. I feel like you guys have taken some time to yourselves to really reflect on what it is that you want. And even though there's a part of you that is possibly sad or feeling the loss of people in your life, whether they're platonic, you know, people who you love, or family people who you love, or even romantic people who you love, there's this contemplation that I feel like you're dealing with right now that could come from realizing that those people may not be in your best interest, and then having to cope with the loss of their energy or their presence. Because even when we have codependent relationships, trauma bonds, or any type of relationship that may be imbalanced or unhealthy for us, there's still a void that happens when those relationships are no longer present in our lives. You know, that's why people who are negative, and that's why people who are toxic for you, kind of like succubus energies, they act the way they do when you remove yourself from their life. because that void is there and they don't want that void to be there. And it's a difficult thing to deal with. So I definitely feel like you are digging deep right now. You're going into the scary, dark place that no one really wants to go, like mentally. I feel like you're rethinking a lot of decisions that you've made over the course of your recent past, maybe even your long-term past, and you're kind of recalibrating. That's what it feels like to me. This is like a recalibration of your beliefs, or a recalibration of your desires and what it is that you really want. Really thinking on the type of person who you want to be, which is going to result in you addressing and revisiting the type of person who you want to be with. Like, there could have been a time in your life where you wanted to be with someone who looked a certain way, or you wanted to be with someone who had a certain amount of money. There may have been a time where you wanted to be with someone who came from a certain ethnicity or religious background, you know, city, state, or zip code or whatever. There was types that you had when it comes to like friends and people who you spend your time with, people who you're romantic with. But I feel like right now you're doing a lot of thinking. And it's like the people who you're kind of straying away from by going your own way are focused on this really bright, shiny light that it's kind of like the ideal relationship, or possibly the ideal life, the superficial things when it comes to relationships and love. But it's like you're focused on a more niche experience. And that's what I feel like it is now for you. And this is the beginning of you setting that course and traveling your own path. But those times and those experiences, it's not that they're invaluable. They have value. Well, I don't know if that was the right word, but it's not like they're not important. Those experiences of the past have taught you a lot, and I feel like you should commend yourself for being at this point, okay? What else does the collective need to know when it comes to love? Disagreement. So there could have definitely been a fight or a disagreement between someone in your life that you have a strong bond with, or an emotional connection with. I wish you understood how I feel. So somebody wishes that you could understand how they feel when it comes to this disagreement that you guys may have had. Unappreciated. I felt like you didn't care, and unsatisfied. I wasn't happy the way things were going. So there could have been someone who was unhappy with you. They felt unappreciated by you, and they felt like you didn't want to see eye to eye with them. But I feel like that kind of goes both ways. What else does the collective need to know when it comes to love? Reciprocity. We have to... I don't even know why I said that. I want to have equal give and take. I was about to say we have to have common ground. I don't know why that came out. But yeah. I feel like there could have been a disagreement on what reciprocity looks like in a relationship, platonic or romantic. There could have been a disagreement about what that equal give and take actually looks like. What compromises were appropriate and which ones were not. There was a disagreement on that. There is someone who does want to have equal give and take with you, but it feels like you guys kind of maybe left things at a point where you agreed to disagree, or you left things at a point where it was just a stalemate, like you weren't going to make any progress understanding each other. Gossip. I'm afraid of what other people will think. And daydreaming. I'm always longing for you. So there's definitely a person here who thinks about you a lot. They think about you a lot. You may have even told this person that you feel unappreciated, and they felt like that wasn't true, or they felt like they were doing more than what they were actually doing. Like, if you were expressing any type of dissatisfaction in a connection with a person, they may have felt as if your dissatisfaction was unfounded. There wasn't really, it feels to me like there wasn't really a clear understanding of each individual involved in the connection. Like, you may not have clearly understood this person, but they may also have struggled to understand you. But when it comes to this gossip, there definitely may have been gossip going around. maybe what this person's friends were saying or what their family was saying. Even though they think about you and you're on their mind, like when they go to that meditative, peaceful space, like they think about you being in that space with them, having your energy around them. They're really afraid of what other people think. So they may be very image focused. They may be very image driven. I feel like what they're worried about when it comes to the gossip is like what people will say if they look like a simp. I'm hearing the word simp or a punk, or what they'll look like if people see them submitting to you, like in a way, whether it's masculine or feminine. There's something about submission or power where I feel like there's a power struggle, and maybe their friends or their family or people around them were telling them, oh, you gotta, well, you can't let your woman see you cry, or you can't let your woman boss you around. Or there could have even been, if you're a masculine or you're into feminine energies, there may have even been people that person was around who told them, oh, well, you can't let that man think that he got you like that, and did it, or you can't let that woman think that she got you like that, or whatever. It just feels like somebody was worried about how the relationship would look to other people, or how they would look to other people if they were to show more effort, or if they were to be more emotionally connected to you. But I think they think about that. It's like they daydream about what they really wanted with you, but then they worry about what people think. We have shadow side. You made me realize my flaws. That just popped out randomly. So you made this person see the flaws within themselves. And then mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. So there's definitely a situation here where someone regrets. I feel like they regret the fact that you guys couldn't come together, or they regret the fact that you guys could not agree. There could be even some regret that they have that they weren't able to get what they wanted out of the situation. We have daydreaming again and holding back. I told you. It feels like this person wanted to give you so much more, or it feels like this person, even if it's platonic, they wanted to kind of like, I'm hearing amicable or amend. It's like they wanted to be amenable. I don't know if that's even a word. They just wanted to kind of bend to your will. Like they felt a strong enough connection to you where whatever they're daydreaming about, they didn't express it to you, or whatever they truly wanted in this connection, they didn't fully express it to you, and they felt like they couldn't actually act on it or show you. And they feel like that was a mistake. And this is something that they're now reflecting on and realizing that it's a part of their shadow side. So let's pull some shadow cards. Y'all be sure to like the video, you guys. I appreciate y'all being here. If you are able to donate or contribute to the building fund, the GoFundMe link is below, and you will be entered to win a free reading. Okay, let's get some shadow oracles. Yeah, there was definitely a disagreement about equal give and take. There was definitely a disagreement about the reciprocity, how much you were giving versus how much they were giving in a situation. And I feel like this person realized that they can't, it's like they're seeing the issue is coming from, and I'm not saying, and let's keep one thing clear. One thing about me is we all got to look at ourselves. We all have to see ourselves in the mirror and be real with ourselves about our own fucking bullshit. However, you can do that at the same time as also acknowledging the shortcomings of another person. So I want you guys to keep in mind the balance that's necessary for you to have healthy relationships. And of course, I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or psychologist. The disclaimer is below. However, from my experience in life, sometimes, especially on this platform with the work that I do, a lot of times people want to seem like the angelic person who never did any wrong in the connection. And that's unhealthy. That's imbalanced. That's something that will always put you in a position of loss when it comes to relationships with other people, when you're not able to realize the part or the role that you played in the connection. However, I feel like you can do that at the same time as seeing someone else's flaws and understanding where to draw the line for yourself. So what it feels like to me is there was definitely a disagreement about how much one person was giving over the other. There could have even been somebody who felt like you weren't giving as much as they were giving in the connection. And there may have been a valid reason why you felt like you didn't want to give that much to another person. It could have been because of things that you saw within that person that could have challenged you. It could have been because of things that you saw within that person that you saw as like a red flag. But it's, even if they felt like you weren't giving enough, I feel, had a valid reason for that, because you definitely could have seen some things. That's what I'm feeling more than anything else. It's like you could have been seeing some things within this person that may have triggered you, or that could have kind of put you in a position of being cautious. This card just popped out. I see you in my dreams all the time. What? Daydreaming. I'm telling you. They said they see you in their dreams all the time. There's fear. Oh, goodness. I have unaliving thoughts. Can you please unblock my number? Jesus. Some of you may not even have this person blocked. Some of you may just be blocking them energetically. But do you get what I'm saying with the whole balance thing? I hope you guys understand. Because I feel like this person is seeing their mistakes and how they may not have acknowledged your feelings enough, or they may not have taken enough action to prevent those feelings from coming up again, okay? So let's see. What are these flaws or shadows that this person is realizing about themselves? What are these flaws and shadows that this person is realizing about themselves? Manipulation. So they're seeing how they manipulate the situation. They're seeing how they may have manipulated you. They're seeing how they may have manipulated your emotions, apathy, and not caring. Because that's kind of what it feels like. It feels like they may have tried to manipulate you into feeling like you weren't doing enough for them, when in reality, they were not appreciating you or treating you in a way that was honorable to your being. Okay, desire. I feel like this person didn't really care a lot about what you wanted in the situation. They could have even been trying to manipulate your desires by acting like they didn't care. Okay. What else is this person realizing about their shadows? What is the shadow that this person is realizing? Paranoia. So they have a lot of anxiety that they're not dealing with. They're not dealing with the source of their anxiety. That's what I just heard. What is stressing them out? Why they feel stressed out? I feel like the black sheep of my family. Okay, so that's why they're stressed out. Because they feel this abandonment, probably. It feels like abandonment, or it feels like this ostracization. That's why they were so worried about people gossiping. Because they're worried about their image. They're worried about what people think. They're worried about how they're going to come across to people because they've been judged, or they feel like they've been judged their whole life. I feel like this person probably was judged their whole life, or they were put under some type of unrealistic circumstances. I'm getting like, and I really don't intend this to be hurtful, you guys. Just hear me out. But I'm getting like a really strict family dynamic that they grew up in. Like there could have been a family dynamic of what you would stereotypically see as like maybe an upscale, high echelon Asian family, where their child does 5 activities after school and they have AP classes and they're expected to get like straight A's, 4.0 GPA, and still keep up with violin, piano, ballet, swimming, and everything the fuck else. Okay. That's what, and that could be in Caribbean family. I'm getting like a Caribbean family, an Asian family. But it doesn't have to be. I'm not trying to be racist. It just feels like, what does it feel like? This person could be a different ethnicity, because it feels like someone who was pressured by their family to do well. because they have to work harder to succeed. This could even be an average African American family. This could be somebody who's white, who comes from money, and they have a lot of pressure on them from their family to succeed. That's what it feels like. And I don't mean to be rude, like, but that's immediately like the feeling that I got. I even was smelling like very seasoned food. So I don't know. It feels kind of like Ethiopian food, or like Caribbean food, like food that's super seasoned. People who may come from India, like those types of, I'm smelling food. I don't know what that is, but somebody is worried about like how their family is going to judge the relationship, how other people around them are going to judge the relationship, what other people will say about the relationship. And that stems from their childhood trauma. That stems from them growing up in a family, I feel like, that was hypercritical on their actions and what they do. And it was like everything that they did was an issue or a problem. Everything that they did was critiqued. Okay. I'm a nervous wreck. Look at that. Look at that shit. You know, sometimes it still baffles me and amazes me how these cards come out like this, bruh. It's just crazy. Okay, what other shadows is this person realizing when it comes to their shadow side and their flaws? What other shadows are they realizing about themselves when it comes to their shadows and flaws? The only love I know is conditional. See? Even with this person's, it feels like even with their preliminary, I want to say preliminary relationships, meaning the relationships that they had as a child or as a teen, in the early stages of their development, this person was in relationships with people, or they were attracting people or even drawn to people who only show them affection when they're getting something in return. So like I said, the very critical parents, the judgy family dynamic. This could have even materialized into them picking partners who only want them for their looks, or only want them for the clout or personal gain socially that they'll get from being with this person. Dang, I abuse drugs and alcohol to help cope with my problems and selfishness. So yeah, I feel like because this person hasn't dealt with where those feelings of abandonment or fear of abandonment stem from, because it's fear, we saw fear, because they haven't dealt with the childhood trauma or the initial stages of where this started and where these feelings stem from, I feel like they may have tried to manipulate you into, because I don't think that you guys are the type of people to like judge a person like this. Like, I don't think you're the type of people, because you are here and this is a sign of you trying to be the best version of yourself that you can be. I don't think that you're the type of people to want conditions from this person or only care for them if they're doing something to benefit you. I don't think you guys are those types of people. I don't think you're the type of person who would judge this person for their choices or their actions, or overly criticize them for something that they did wrong. I feel like as soon as you said something that challenged this person's ego, it triggered these childhood traumas. I feel like as soon as you said something that made this person feel one iota of shame or failure within this connection, it triggered this person's ego to come out and protect them against the heartbreak that they could have possibly been feeling and carrying from all these other connections, and therefore tried to manipulate you into making you feel like you weren't doing enough, or to make you feel like you weren't enough for this person, when in reality it was a coping mechanism, or it was basically a wall of protection, a shield that this person tried to put up to avoid feeling the pain of possibly losing you because they're not, performing well. That's really what it is. It's like, I really feel like this person wanted to perform well. I feel like this person wanted to treat you well. I feel like this person feels very strongly emotionally for you, whoever this is. But as soon as they felt like there was a whiff, a funk cloud of disappointment in you for them, they built up that wall of blaming it on you or making it seem like it was about you and what you were doing. And they know, because they have dealt with those people and they haven't dealt with that trauma, that they then project that out and they feel like that was a mistake. They could have also been under the influence with this abuse of drugs and alcohol to help cope with different situations. They didn't share these feelings with you, because I feel like if this person would have said, you know what, even if you guys argued or had a fight or a disagreement, if this person would have said, you know what, when you told me that you were upset at me about XYZ, it made me think about my mom or my dad when they used to criticize me and I was really trying to do my best. And that's healthy communication, because it's like, it's letting you know what this person's thought process is and what they've been going through, and virtually like puts the ball in your court as the receiver of that information as to how you're going to handle it. And sometimes, you know, we have to, that's why I said you have to always look at yourself too, because sometimes we can be so caught up in our own emotions regarding a situation or a person that we may not respond well to them trying to express those emotions to us, which could then cut them off from feeling like they're able to moving forward. So, you know, if that's something that you may look back on and see that you did, I could understand why you did it, because they may have been projecting negativity from their own trauma onto you. But I also feel like, you know, there's two sides of the coin when you talk about healthy communication in that way. But if you are the type of person that I feel like you guys are energetically, I feel, because of the fact that simply you're having this Five of Swords energy here, and you're thinking about the situations that you feel you may have been able to handle better, and you may be replaying events over in your head, and you could be hashing and rehashing conversations. I don't think you're the person that would have done that. And if you did, it wasn't intentional, because both of you guys could have been in a situation where you were triggered by some type of words or responses or energetic communication that was going on between the two of you. But it definitely feels like what you need to know is that there's a person who you've had a disagreement with that you felt like you couldn't come to any equal ground on, that regrets those disagreements, and they regret kind of projecting that energy onto you, because I feel like deep down this person knows that you didn't really deserve that. And I feel like there's a haunting kind of energy with this daydreaming and then them seeing you in their dreams. There's a haunting energy that I feel like this person is experiencing when it comes to thinking about you and, you know, reliving the situation. Okay, what else does the collective need to know? Seduction. And it kind of came out in the reverse, but it says temptation, charm, enticement, lure, sensuality, using sex appeal. So that may be someone's MO. And we did see the desires card. So this person could have tried to manipulate you with sex or manipulate your desires, try to dangle things that you wanted in front of your face so that you would continue to deal with them or share your energy with them. Even if it's platonic, it feels like someone may have tried to create some type of temptation for you. I feel like this person may be the type of person who deals in a little bit of petty behavior, because it kind of feels like this is the type of person who clocks your desires. Like they really pay attention to you, and they really pay attention to what it is that you like, what it is that you want. They pay attention to the things that make you happy, or the things that you basically show a physical or emotional response positively to. And then they use those things to manipulate your actions in certain ways. So if somebody knows that you like to go out, or that you like to maybe go on dates, or somebody knows that you like food, they may try to use those things to manipulate you into continuing to share your energy with them, because they're thinking in that conditional love mindset. They're like, oh, well, even if I haven't been contacting collective regularly, or I haven't been communicating openly with them, if I offer to take them out to eat because they like food, that's gonna be even harder for them to turn that down. If you enjoy having sex with this person and they do things that they know turn you on, it's gonna be harder for you to close your energy off to them. For example, those are examples. Infatuation, obsession, attachment, temporary passion driven by lust, fetish, exactly. And reevaluate. Yeah, I feel like not only are you reevaluating how those types of tactics affect you and how you're susceptible to them, but I also feel like this person is reevaluating like using those tactics. It's kind of what it feels like. Okay? Because that's wild. Okay, let me use this deck right here. I ain't used this deck I don't even remember what's the last deck I used on this channel, child. I be trying to keep my mental health together, y'all. I know I be MIA sometimes, and I apologize, but I be really lately. Life been lifing. Life been whooping my ass, but I've been swinging back, bitch. Okay, that's what I said. Let's try to get this video to 500 likes, you guys. Let's try to get it to 500 likes. You guys be sure to support the channel. I really appreciate it. And I'm genuinely wanting for these messages to help you progress in whatever way, shape, or form that they're meant to. But life been life and child. I've been trying to keep my mental health together. Do what I need to do. Cause I've been kind of falling off and slacking with some things that I'm not proud of myself about. So it's like, nope. Girl, we gonna get it together. I know that. So, bitch, I've been swinging back. Life been swinging at me, and I've been swinging back. But let's see. What is the current situation? Oh, my stomach growling, y'all. What is the current situation when it comes to love that the collective is dealing with at this time, when it comes to these messages that we've already been discussing and what they need to know? For the collective spirit, what is the current situation when it comes to love and what we've been discussing in regards to what they need to know? Ooh, the Emperor. So I feel like you guys could be taking control. This could definitely be your energy. But you could be dealing with an Aries or a Taurus. You could be an Aries or a Taurus. Some of you could be dealing with an older masculine energy. Some of you, this could be platonic when it comes to your father. Some of you, this could be a situation with someone who is just in an authoritative position, or this could be you. 6 of Swords, 8 of Swords. Some of you may be struggling right now to see clearly that there may be some fear about moving on. Some of you may be afraid to move on. Some of you may be afraid to let this person go. Some of you may want this person to do better and do what it is that they need to do, but you may be frustrated, ready to go, but kind of fearing going. In addition to that, or opposite to that, if you're not afraid to leave this person behind and you've said, I'm done, enough is enough, you may not see what's coming next, and that could be what's causing you some type of fear or anxiety. But it's really nothing that you should be scared of. It's just a matter of kind of like taking the blindfold off and just seeing what's in front of you. I feel like you're blindfolded, or your head is down, and you don't really want to look at what's coming in front of you. You're kind of just like, it's not like you're looking back on things and like looking behind you and dwelling on the past. It just more so feels like you're kind of going into a place of darkness, or a place of something that's unknown when it comes to your life. Kind of with this New Beginnings card, to where it's like you've closed this door and you've turned your back and you've moved forward, but whatever's coming next is possibly giving you some type of anxiety or fear. And I feel like you're trying to take control of that with the Emperor card. Okay, what is this Emperor when it comes to the current situation? 2 of Swords. That's exactly, I'm telling you, that's what I was seeing. It's like you don't want to open your eyes. You don't want to look up. And I'm not saying you don't want to open your eyes when it comes to realizing your situation. I feel like you've realized your situation. It's just more so like opening your eyes and looking at what's next looking at what's approaching you could be a little stressful. Yeah, High Priestess and the Queen of Swords, Pisces energy, possibly Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, with the Eight of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Two of Swords. Your intuition could be telling you the truth about a situation that you may not want to see. Something about this, you're denying something that you already know for a fact or that you already feel is true. I feel like if your intuition is blocked, you're going to have some type of clarity very soon, or you're trying to gain clarity where you feel like you may have blurriness. Some of you may need to go get your eyes checked. Okay. What's the Emperor? Ooh, King of Swords. So this could be a Libra man, an Aries man, Taurus, maybe even I wanted to say Virgo, Libra, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, possibly Gemini or Aquarius. And there's the disagreement though with the Two of Swords. We saw the Queen of Swords. This could even be something going on between like your siblings. Some of you may be in a situation where you could be dealing with your father, and your father grew up in a toxic environment and therefore is toxic towards you. You may have a brother and a father figure who are toxic, because there's like an older male and a younger male here, which I feel like you don't see eye to eye. This could also be a situation where if you are dealing with toxic masculines, you may be realizing or having to evaluate the relationship dynamic that you have with the masculine energy. Like there could be a situation here where you dealt with an abusive father or a delinquent father, or a brother that could have adopted those traits, and you may have to reconcile with the masculine energy and how it affects you, how you approach it, how it materializes in your life, and what that causes for you. Because if you dealt with a father figure or a brother or an ex-husband or someone, because it stems from your childhood, but if you've dealt with a lot of masculine energies that you feel ignored by or you don't feel valued by, especially as a feminine, even if you are a man and you're more feminine, you're not the typical masculine, you don't resonate with toxic masculinity and the way that men are supposed to be, it doesn't matter whether you're in that position or not. It's like you may be struggling or trying to work through certain emotions that have to do with the masculine energy as a whole. The Nine of Cups and the Eight of Cups. I feel like there's something that you want to communicate as far as what your point is. I feel like you want to communicate your point, but you're dealing with someone who either isn't going to listen, or you're dealing with someone who is going to argue with you about it. Like they're not going to see your point of view, and that's the situation. Like someone is really kind of like in this very authoritative position. It's like they may not want to see any other rationale but their own. They may not want to see any other points of view but their own. And they may resort to using like hurtful tactics to show you that they don't care about your point of view. So it's like, even though you love this person and you wish maybe that things were better, you feel possibly that it's more beneficial for you to walk away. You feel that it's in your best interest to walk away, even though you don't necessarily see what's coming in the future. But it's like you want to understand what it is that you're not seeing. It's like you want to learn more. And this could just be in general about like your life. There could be someone who's just very stuck in their ways and they just don't want to change. And I feel like someone is rather arrogant when it comes to their communication style. They may say things that belittle you. They may say things that are very condescending and accusatory or very attacking, but that comes from how they were abused, and it's because they're not dealing with it. I'm not saying that you should deal with it, but I'm just letting you know what the situation is. It feels like someone is very arrogant, like they're not willing to bend. They kind of just want to get what it is that they want. And I'm getting strong like Libra, Aries, Taurus, possibly Virgo, maybe Gemini or Aquarius. That's the situation. How should the collective deal with this situation, Spirit? Because it kind of just feels like whatever you say, either it's like either you've already stopped trying to talk to this person because you know they're not going to listen, or you've attempted and they've shown you that they're not going to listen. It's the same thing. But what action, when it comes to this situation, what action should the collective take? Oh, wow. Yeah, Ten of Swords and the Eight of Wands feels like a sharp cut of communication. Ace of Wands, Queen of Swords. I feel like Spirit really wants you to kind of move on from this when it comes to the way that you feel like someone has treated you. I'm not just saying just move on, because that's hard, because I feel like there's a lot of emotional stuff that's happening that may not be on the surface, but it's happening with this situation. But I feel like there's this need for you to possibly swiftly cut off communication, or I'm even getting like setting some type of boundaries, communicate new boundaries with this person. If they are like a family member or someone who you have to like co-parent with, this could be an ex-husband, ex-wife, baby mama, baby daddy, brother, sister, something like that. It feels like a platonic connection where there is love there, possibly, or there's like obligation to love, something like that. I also feel with this Ten of Swords, Eight of Wands, and then the Ace of Wands, your spirit team, they really want you to use this as like motivation to move forward, to see clearly where it is that you're going, or to see clearly the transformation that you've made. Because you could be breaking some type of family generational curse. You could be breaking some type of toxic cycle within a dynamic, either in your own bloodline or in this person's bloodline or whatever. But it kind of feels like Spirit wants you to use this betrayal or this heartbreak or this pain, this attack kind of as like motivation to move forward. It's like they don't want you to give up because there is still hope, and move with that mentality in mind. What's the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Swords? Child. Knight of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, I feel like don't let this slow you down. Don't let this situation or this person slow you down or completely stop you from achieving whatever your goal is, or to make you feel like you're not enough. Yeah, Five of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. You fight through it. Like, I know that there's times where, like I just said, life been lifing, bitch. But I've been swinging back. Interesting I said that earlier, because that's kind of the advice that I'm getting for y'all. It seems like there's a situation that you're dealing with this person where you kind of intuitively know and you see clearly that they don't want to see clearly. Like, you intuitively know and can tell that this person is going to be defensive with you. They're going to fight with you. I just feel like it's time to stop fighting with the Five of Wands when it comes to fighting with this person. I feel like you can use this as a stepping stone, or you can use what you've learned from this situation to move forward and gain some type of perspective on what you're working on, and allow this pain or experience that you've had with them to be your motivation to move forward. But don't allow the conflict to kind of take over you. I feel like that's why the heart chakra card is here, because it's like your spirit team wants you to open up your heart to understand the times where in the past you may have been stubborn and you may have not wanted to see things, and you were kind of stuck in your own bubble as far as what you believed in life. And I feel like they want you to take that as like giving this person grace, even though it doesn't mean that you're acknowledging or advocating what they do is right, but it's still like, in a way, you're not allowing it to stop you, or you're not allowing it to affect you. I also feel like stop trying to save this person. Like, I don't think that you have the tools necessarily to help this person. It kind of feels like they may need some type of professional help. And this could even be a person with the King of Swords, Emperor, and the Two of Swords who's ignoring that. Like, they're ignoring the fact that they need some type of professional help, or they're ignoring the fact that they need to possibly seek out other guidance other than you. You know? Because I'm kind of getting this vibe of somebody who's like, just because you say one thing about them, they take it as you like basically hitting them over the head with everything that's wrong with them. And that's not what you're doing. And it kind of feels like somebody should seek out like therapy or higher knowledge or some type of spiritual practices if that's what they choose. But it's like, it seems to me that they're fighting that. And I feel like your spirit team doesn't want you to get caught up in it. So I don't think there's any action that you should take. I feel like really you should let this situation die and move on, and allow the situation experience to motivate you to move forward and use it as a stepping stone, okay? If the collective takes this action, what will this person's actions be? Oh, wow. Six of Wands. They're going to try to get your attention. Flipped out immediately. Once you stop putting in effort, they're really going to like push hard to try to get your attention. I feel like they're also going to be, excuse-moi, y'all be sure to like the video, okay? Y'all hit the like button for me real quick. Can we get this to 500? I think we can. But I think this person is going to try to get some type of attention from you as you succeed, or they're going to be watching you succeed in some way, shape, or form. They're going to be watching in the wings, or waiting in the wings, watching you succeed in some way. I also feel like if you move on from this person, they may try to claim that this is a victory, but they know it's not. You know it's not. Don't let it stress you, okay? Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. They're holding on to something. They won't let it go. They're not going to let it go. They're going to keep harping on and on about it. I also feel like this person could be holding out, like waiting in the wings. They're going to be holding out and waiting for a chance to like get your attention or have your attention again. I feel like they're going to be acting as if they're successful independently on their own or single, but they're not going to really feel that way because they're still holding on to the baggage. It kind of feels like this person is going to have some type of insecurities because of your success. Okay. What is the Six of Wands for this person's actions? Like, if you just completely stop investing, some of you may have already done this. Like, you just abruptly, like, stop investing in this person. They're trying to act like it's a defeat, but it's really not. And they know it. And they're going to be waiting, holding out for this opportunity to possibly get your attention again or to have your attention again. And as you progress and move through life, They're going to be still holding on to you energetically. So it's going to be your job not to allow that kind of to affect you, because there's going to be times where you think about this person. There's going to be times where you may hear about what they have going on. There's going to be times where they may pop up into your head. There's going to be times where you may have dreams about them, but it doesn't mean you reach out. It doesn't mean that you contact them. It just means that that's a sign that they could possibly be holding on to the energy, or that something could be happening in your present day that remind you of that person, so that you can be reminded of the lesson you learned from that experience. A lot of people in this community mistake like dreams about people, or thoughts about people, or songs that come up as far as the messages that you may get from people energetically. A lot of people mistake that as a sign that you should reach out, or that something still could possibly happen between you and that person. But a lot of times that's not what the fuck it is. Sometimes it's just that the familiarity of that situation could be coming up again, and you could be being reminded of that person so that you won't fall into the same trap again, or so that you can remember those lessons that you learned. Okay. What's the Six of Wands for this person's actions? Oh my God. Six of Swords reversed. Child. 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 I know that was corny. Okay. Yeah, they're holding on. They have not moved on. I feel like this person is going to feel the loss. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. There's some type of opportunity here that this person is waiting for. Yeah, that's what it is. Three of Wands. I didn't even look at the I was just focused on this pentacle, bruh. This person is waiting for an opportunity when they can swoop back in and save you, or help you, or get your attention in some way. I don't know what that is. I feel like they're possibly even going to try to wait for an opportunity for you to be in some type of chaos, so that they can try to come in and save you from it. It's like this person needs to feel needed, or they need to feel valuable. That's how they feel. What's the Six of Wands? This person could also be born in June with the sixes, or something could have happened in June. The Eight of Cups. Look at that. All these cards. They're going to try to separate their emotions from you, but they're still going to be thinking about you mentally. Like, they're not going to be able to get over like their thoughts, or thinking about whether or not you're successful without them, or something like that. It's like, it just feels like they're going to try to walk away, but they're not going to be able to. With the Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords reversed. Yeah, Two of Cups and the Sun. Yeah, and I feel like this person is going to be talking like they're happy about this. They're going to be communicating with people about how much they feel free and they feel so good and things like that. But in reality, they're waiting for an opportunity when you will come back, or when they'll have the opportunity to come back in your life and get your attention, or have your attention. I feel like they could be communicating with people about how you walked away from them. They may even be saying things about how you'll be back when you want attention, or when you want to, I don't know, something about, they could even be saying things to people about how you'll be back when they become successful, or whatever. I don't know, but it's not really important. I just feel like you're just going to stop investing energy in this person, and they're going to be struggling with letting you go. I feel like that's already like what's happening. What's hidden in this situation? Ooh, the Fool. Look at that. New beginnings. Immediately, bitch. Ooh, woo, woo. What's hidden? The Fool. You're having a new beginning. This leap of faith is beneficial to you. You could be meeting an Aries, possibly an Aquarius, maybe a Scorpio. Aries, Aquarius, Scorpio. Temperance and the Four of Cups. What's hidden? Your new beginning is being worked out by the universe. Your new beginning is being worked out by spirit. Because they see that you're dissatisfied with these friendships or relationships or, family members, things like that. It's like, I feel like you intuitively know within yourself, secretly, that you loving yourself or you finding new love or you having love in your life is going to cause some type of conflict with this person. And then after a long time, they're going to come back and you're not going to want them at that point. And you may be feeling like they still don't get it. Like there's something hidden. Like, I don't know if this is feelings that you're hiding. But hear me out. Okay, hear me out. There is a new path that's being forged for you. Like you're forging it. But I feel like you secretly know that when you decide to choose yourself, period, there's going to be some type of conflict. They're going to reach out to you. They're going to communicate with you some type of feelings that they want to have a conversation about with you. That could be what's hidden. It's like I'm being weird about it. Let me explain why I'm being weird about it. Because it's what's hidden, right? But like your intuition is telling you this. So it's like when spirit is creating this new beginning for you, when they're working out this new path that you don't see coming, that you may be afraid to look up and, pay attention to, even though you feel it coming, it's like you're kind of walking with your head down, trying to watch your step. But once you finally get to the point where you put your head up and you're excited and you're ready for the future and you've kind of like transitioned or transmuted this energy with this person, that there's going to be a conversation or some type of communication that you expect from this person, either when you get into a relationship or you find love or you just have shown this overwhelming love for yourself. Maybe you work out, you get some new clothes, you gain weight, lose weight, you build muscle, you have some type of advancement in your career. It's like, that this person is going to come back trying to argue with you and like dump some type of feelings onto you. Or they're going to try to come back and be your friend. And that's what's hidden, is that they are going to do that. But it's like you kind of already know that they're going to do that because it's showing up in your intuition. And it's just going to confirm like them expressing their regrets or, you rejecting them because they express their regrets and try to come back is going to be confirmation of your intuition. What's the Fool card for what's hidden? Ooh, see, bitch. I'm telling you. The Ace of Cups. This is either you loving yourself or this is some type of new connection coming into your life. It could even be a platonic connection. It's just a loving experience. An emotional experience. A new experience, period, with the Ace and the Fool. Hermit. Virgo energy. Oh, excuse me, y'all. And the Nine of Swords. Yeah, there's definitely something that you are learning. I feel like you're understanding what self-love is. You're understanding what love really looks like. And I feel like what's hidden is that you may be a little afraid to move forward. I kind of keep getting this vibe where you guys could be a little scared to move forward when it comes to the next steps. But you've learned a lot. I feel like there's a need for you to trust yourself when it comes to what you've learned about love, what you've learned about yourself. There's a need for you to trust yourself. Yeah, King of Pentacles. You've mastered something when it comes to this journey. When it comes to the action that you've taken. Yeah, and there's the Hermit again. I feel like this could be a Virgo coming towards you. Maybe Taurus, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, maybe Scorpio as well, possibly Aquarius. But you've learned a lot on your travels. That's really what it feels like. And I feel like you know a lot more now than what you knew before. So I feel like the anxiety that you are going to feel maybe when you meet this new person, or the anxiety that you're going to feel when you put yourself out there and you go to new places and you do new things and you experiment new hobbies and you find new things that you love and you go into public places and you're alone, you're not really alone. It's like, that's the whole point. When you do all of these new things, Spirit wants you to know that you are going to be feeling that fear. You are possibly going to be feeling that anxiety. You may want to run away. You may feel like you don't want to go in, but it's going to be beneficial for you. And those places are going to offer you more information, and it's kind of going to enlighten you more to like ways that you can grow and your soul can evolve. I remember I kind of told this story before on my other channels. This was a time like right after COVID where everything was opening back up, and it was kind of like, how long was this ago? Probably like 4 years ago. It feels like longer than that. So it might have been before COVID. I don't even remember, to be honest with you. But I remember I was just trying to do new things, go out places, you know, meet new people, experience life, right? And I went to this place. Like, I really like going to this place, but now I feel like I'm growing out of this place. So this was at the beginning of this cycle where I was kind of like just out of a relationship. I was trying to figure myself out. I definitely feel like it was after COVID, like when things started opening back up. And I was like, I need to find somewhere that I can go to enjoy myself, maybe sit down, relax, have a drink, eat, you know, whatever it is. I just wanted to experience something new. So I found this place online. I love karaoke. So it was advertised as like a karaoke bar. But I found out what it really was when I got it. It is karaoke, but it's not fully like just karaoke all the time. But I got to the place and I sat in the parking lot for like 30 minutes. And I tell this story all the time because I be cracking up at myself about like how scared I was just to walk into a building. I was afraid. I was afraid to go in there. I was afraid to face people. I was afraid to be seen. And I sat in my car for 30 minutes, giving myself a pep talk and basically bullying myself to go in there. Because that's what it boiled down to. And look, the justice is at the bottom. Yep. And the strength card. Okay, so listen to the story I'm telling you. And then look at these cards. So I bullied myself into going in there. Like, bitch, you stop being a punk. Take your ass in there. Nobody's worried about you like that. Like, the things that you're worried about is all in your head. Like, people are not critiquing you that seriously. And even if they are, fuck it. Fuck them. Have fun. You deserve to take up space. Right? Like, I'm just pep talking myself to go in there. I've had some of the most fun in the last few years in my life at this place. Like, laughs, jokes, comedy, different relationships, connections, things that I've learned about people, things that I've learned about myself have come from me that first day having the courage to go in there. And just think how much I could have possibly lost out on by not taking that step and not having the courage to take that step. That's the justice. And I feel like some of you are going to realize that, you know, you can't always look down. You can't always necessarily catch yourself. You won't always be able, look, 10 of Pentacles after the Strength card. You won't always be able to predict everything or see everything coming. Sometimes you have to just experience things in order to see the bigger picture, in order to learn what it is that your spirit guides want you to learn to better your soul. So there could be like an essence of, you know, missing out, literally. You may have a fear of missing out, but you also may have a fear of taking the step. But it's worse for you to not take the step because it's a guarantee that you'll miss out. And I feel like if you do take the step and you do your best to overcome that fear, even if it takes time, you will be able to benefit more greatly from that courage. And I feel like justice is going to happen when it comes to that. Okay. Can I get one more card for the food? Y'all be sure to like the video, guys. 2 of Wands. Yes. So you're going to make a decision. What's hidden is that you're making a decision now to love yourself, or you're making a decision that's very positive for you. Whatever this new path is that you're going on, which is confirmed by the New Beginnings card, which is technically the Fool card. Whatever this door is that you've closed behind you with this Two of Wands, this wand over here, and you're choosing to go to this wand, which we saw the Ace of Wands earlier. Whatever that is a stupendous, monumental decision. Whatever new path you're going forward on, wherever you're moving to, wherever you're traveling to, whatever, steps that you're taking and risks that you are taking. And it feels like a risk because of the fear of being judged. It feels like a risk because of the fear of being possibly taken advantage of or critiqued or whatever you may feel. That's why it feels like a risk. But in reality, if you removed all of that fear, or if you removed any of those feelings of hesitation that you may get from a place of insecurity, then there will only be gain. Like, you'll only be able to see the benefit of taking this step. So yeah, I definitely feel like, the Six of Cups is here. This could be the past. This could be memories. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. So June is very significant. I feel like this is what you could have been basically dealing with in the month of June. We're in the beginning of July now, right? Okay, almost mid-July at this point. But we're in kind of like July now. So this could be kind of energetically the aftermath of what's kind of taking place in June. Somebody could definitely be a Cancer or a Gemini, possibly Aries, strongly Taurus. I was also getting Libra and Aquarius. I feel like any earth sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I also feel like Aries, possibly Leo. Maybe Scorpio, Cancer. Who else? Yeah, Taurus, Virgo. Not as much Capricorn, but you never know. The past, Six of Cups. You are safe and protected. I feel like you're safe and protected. And there's a lot that you have to gain from this decision that you're making. And I feel like you don't see how much you're actually going to gain. That's what's hidden. I feel that your past decisions have provided balance as well. I feel like the decision that you're making to balance out your life now is creating abundance. You're going to receive something really positive from this. This could be a gift that you're deciding to share with the world. This could be gifts that you're receiving for just being who you are in the world, and you're giving nature being returned back to you. It's like you're deciding to leave the memories behind you and only take with you what matters. And that's bringing this energy of love, I feel, into your life, okay? I feel it. Anything else? Y'all be sure to like the video, you guys. Anything else that the collective needs to know when it comes to love or when it comes to these messages? Anything else that the collective needs to know? Oh my goodness. Struggling to pick up the card, child. Physical attraction. I love all your curves. You're my definition of perfect. So somebody may be physically attracted to you in the near future. We have blossoming. Love is blooming. And trying to score. So you could be encountering people. Just be mindful. There could be a blossoming romantic connection that you have with someone, but there's a strong physical attraction. Just keep whatever boundaries you feel like you need to keep. And make sure you're having the right mindset. If you know somebody is only wanting a sexual connection with you, don't lie to yourself and act like they want a relationship. What else does the collective need to know when it comes to that? Oh my God, why I'm struggling to pick up the card. Drinking. Let's meet for drinks to loosen up the mood. All right, or loosen up some draws, bitch. That's what it sounds like. Left unsaid. Although we never said it to each other, we both knew. And triggers, you trigger me. So there's somebody look, they got drinking issues because they say I abuse alcohol or drugs to help cope with my problems. And I'm also getting that they do that to help cope with their feelings. So it seems like someone was triggered by their feelings for you, and they tried to like loosen up to be able to tell you the things that they struggled to tell you. This could be what someone is going to be doing in the near future. They may be drinking. You may be getting a drunk call from somebody because they want to let you know what they feel. What else does the collective need to know when it comes to love? An option. I'm dating someone else, but I like you too. I can't decide who I want. Yeah, there's either a physical connection that's coming towards you, or there's one from the past that someone doesn't want to let go of. Yeah, serial dater. I like to date many people, don't take it personal. And hidden agenda. I don't want to reveal my true intentions. Yeah. I don't know. Somebody could be acting like they don't want a relationship, but they really do. But they're trying to, I guess, live out their player fantasies and things like that. I just feel like Spirit is trying to warn you about people who may come into your life with this type of energy, who are only attracted to you physically, and that they try to do things to kind of like lower your inhibitions so that you'll basically give them what they want. And these people may be manipulative communicators. So it's like they know how to communicate, but it's like they use their gifts of communication in a negative way. What else does the collective need to know when it comes to love? Romance. I'm very romantic, and I want you to see that side of me. So that's what this could be as well. You could have a person that was acting like you were just an option. They wanted to keep their options open, or they wanted to just date openly. But in reality, they really want a relationship, or they want to be romantic with you, and they haven't told you everything because they feel like they've left a lot unsaid, and they may need liquid courage to actually tell you that they have these feelings for you. Mutual feelings. I feel the same way. And in it to win it. I'm never giving you up. I'm never ever leaving your side. You are where I want to be. That's crazy. Yeah. It definitely feels like someone may be running from their feelings. I don't know if this is a current person or someone coming into your life, okay? Is this a current person? Okay, if it's a current person, let's see. Is this a current person with this physical attraction, drinking, temperance? Could be a Sagittarius. This could be someone you're meeting, though. Yeah, Sun card. Could be a Leo or a Sag. That hopefully will let you know if they're current or past. But if you still don't know, this could be someone who, I don't know, it's like they feel happy when they're with you, but then when y'all come together, this person is happy, but then it's like they kind of like hold back, or you may feel like they lack courage. Is this a current or a past person when it comes to this temperance? Is this a current or a past person? 7 of Pentacles. I feel like it's somebody who you've made some type of time investment with. This could be somebody that you've been waiting on to come forward. Yeah, the World card. Feels like it could be a Leo, a Sag, maybe a Taurus, possibly a Scorpio or Aquarius, maybe even a Libra or a Gemini, Virgo or Capricorn. The only water energy I'm getting is Scorpio. Yeah, I feel like this is someone who you ended a cycle with, and that either you're waiting to come back together with them, or they're wondering if it's worth like trying to come back together with you. But there's some type of disappointment or pain about how this situation ended. So whoever they are, I feel like that's who this is talking about, possibly. It feels like you need to know that someone who was treating you like an option really has these like mutual feel, like the same way you feel about them is how they feel about you. But I just feel like it doesn't matter, like, because it just seems to me that they are worried so much about, like, how they're gonna look, what other people are gonna think, that they just don't understand how to properly maneuver this communication with you or this connection with you. What else does the collective need to know when it comes to love, especially in the near future? Ship. It was kind of in reverse. Cutting ties, moving on, receiving what you need, progression, and arriving. I think that somebody may try to stop you from getting what it is that you need. And I just feel like they know that it's wrong, but they're still going to try to do it anyway because that ego is flaring up. Healthy choices, self-love and self-care, being happier, love, and life. And Phoenix, new phase and rekindle, renew and growth, change mind, rise from the ashes. Yeah, I feel like whoever this person is may try to convince you. They may try to come back and convince you that they're making healthier choices and rekindle something with you. But just keep in mind, it could be sexual because they're trying to scorecard infatuation and seduction. What does the collective need to know when it comes to love, especially in the near future, Spirit? Y'all be sure to like the video, guys. Thank you. The golden mirror. Bitch. Narcissist, love bombing, self-absorbed, one-sided. And that's why I feel like this came out in the reverse, because whoever this person is does not want you to move forward, but I feel like you're moving forward anyway. 2 of Wands, period. 8 of Cups, period. 8 of Wands, period. August could be significant. Damn, the snake. Competition and enemy, the other woman, look over your shoulder. So there could even be a narcissistic, like, feminine energy here. It doesn't have to be, but it could be somebody competing with you, another person this person is dating, or like a situation where you may have some platonic person competing with you in some way. Yeah, not today. Boundaries. I know that's right. Boundaries and hurt, avoiding conversation, not dealing, still upset. Yeah, I feel like someone is going to try to keep you from moving on, and you just are setting these really strong boundaries, or you're going to have to really set strong boundaries because this person does not want to see you moving forward. They just don't. No matter if they know that they're a problem or not, like, they just don't want to see you moving forward, okay? What else does the collective need to know when it comes to love in the near future? Oh, Lord. We got coffee cup, meeting and talking, savoring the moment, feeling elevated, building friendship. Yeah, this could be a friend who's trying to act like, I feel like you guys are about to be meeting new people who are actually positive in your life. They're actually healthy people in your life because you're choosing to make healthy choices. No matter how someone is trying to keep you held back or keep you stagnant with the 6 of Swords reversed, they're going to try to successfully keep you held back. Because it's whatever you're progressing towards is not going to benefit them in some way, shape, or form. I see this card. That's what you need to know. You know that you need to know that you're about to meet new people that are actually going to show you what real love is, or they're actually going to reciprocate your loving connection. And that's what we saw with the Destiny card and the Sacred Union, or whatever that 2 of Cups card was. That's what you're going to be meeting more healthy friendship relationships. You're going to be meeting more healthy romantic relationships, which can then develop into more healthy familial feeling relationships. Even if you're not blood relatives, you may feel a healthier bond with these people than you do with your family. But you need to have strong boundaries in the near future, because there is someone who only, like, this could even be a friend who uses their friends to bring love into their life, because I'm getting this physical attraction card, drinking an option. Like, this could be someone who you consider to be your friend who may see some type of benefit in hanging out with you, either because of the people you attract or because of, like, the attention that you get, whatever. And they may be trying to use you to bring romance or love into their life, because it's like they're kind of mooching off of your energy. And we've talked about that before. But it could also be a person who only wants some type of physical gratification or physical connection with you because that's how they get their supply. Okay. And I feel like you're going to, it's like whoever this person is, whether they're a lover or a friend, an ex-friend, ex-spouse, whoever this is, even a parent or whatever, they're going to try in the near future to selfishly get you not to move forward towards these new connections. The dragonfly, lighthearted, adapt, finding out and change, things coming to the light, heal. So you're going to find out about this. You're going to find out about this in the near future because I feel like someone with this in it to win it and trying to score, someone is only interested in getting what they want. They're only interested in having some type of victory or success. We see that with the Six of Wands. And you're going to realize in the near future that they're probably not a true friend, or they're probably not a true love, or they're probably not someone who has your best interest at heart. But they're going to try real hard to keep you from moving forward. The butterfly, evolving and growth. Next phase, healing inner child, releasing the past. Yeah. And that's what this person doesn't want to do. So if you're healing your inner child and you're releasing the past and you're ready to go to this next phase, which is indicative here with the Fool card, which you may not even feel like you are, but in the very near future, you're about to be. Maybe the next 2 weeks, maybe the next 2 months, some of you the next 2 days. Hell, I don't know. But in the very near future, you're going to feel ready. Your wings are going to have developed and you're going to be ready to fly. So it's like, because of that, even though you don't see that, this person feels it energetically, because you feel it probably energetically on some level. And you know, when you do this, there's going to be some type of backlash. That could even be a tactic that this person is using. Remember when I said what's hidden and I was explaining the high priestess and you expecting this person to come back around? It kind of feels like that's what this person has used as a fear tactic with this manipulation, to make you afraid to move on to the next stage of your life or the next stage of your journey, out of fear of leaving them behind, or out of fear of dealing with the backlash of leaving them behind. But I feel like you're going to do it anyway. Okay. Love call, expressing love, message of love, thinking of you, informing you. Yeah, I feel like you're going to start to realize what true love looks like. I feel like you're going to get there could even be a call that you get from someone that's very loving, very touching. And it doesn't have to be this narcissistic person or this person who's trying to manipulate you. It could just be other people like coming in, and spirit is kind of sending them in to support you when you may have felt like you weren't supported. So I do feel like there is someone who you're meeting that you are going to start to look at love differently. You're going to start to look at friendships differently, relationships, and, emotional connections with people differently. And it's going to be a positive experience. However, you do have to have the courage to take that step and welcome it in, because I feel like it is going to take action from you with the Two of Wands and the Fool card. It's going to take action from you to be able to kind of like let that come towards you. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything that you guys need to watch out for the collective spirit? Y'all be sure to like the video, you guys. Put the purple hearts in the comments. My favorite color. Or any of your favorite colors, okay? I love to see it. Thank you guys so much for your support. I hope this reading is resonating. Is there anything in the near future when it comes to love? Oh, there's a card reversed in here. I know you motherfucking lying. Hold on. Look at that. It's the angel numbers card. Yeah, I feel like you need to watch out possibly for people who are trying to manipulate signs and synchronicities to make you think that you should do something. Watch out, and it doesn't even have to be like in your personal relationships. It could be online. It could be in public. But watch out for people, guidance and angel numbers. Catfish. You see what I'm saying? Watch out for people who are trying to manipulate your emotions because they know that you're at your wit's end, or they know that you're stressed out. Because I feel like someone could be trying to manipulate like signs or synchronicities. It could even be this person trying to make you feel like they had this epiphany about life and they saw God. And, for example, this is how I can give you an example in real life. My dad, which I talk about him all the time because he's taught me so much about narcissists. He used to call me and my mom at our house, like there was a time where my mom had to get a restraining order on this man. And I'm going to tell you what led up to it. He would call our house at all times of day and night. My mom wouldn't pick up the phone. I think she picked up the phone one time by accident because it was an unknown, not an unknown number, but it was just a number she didn't recognize. So she picked it up. But that's why we got a different phone, because he kept calling us and calling her and trying to talk to me. And my mom was like, no, you're not going to keep gaslighting my daughter, because he used to triangulate us and try to make me feel like my mom was this evil person who didn't want me to be able to see him, right? Even as a child, he would do this. I was like 3-4 years old. So when I got older, I think I was maybe like, I would say like 7, 8, possibly. I don't remember, y'all, but I remember there was a sequence of events where me and my mom had to go get a new phone. Like, we went to Best Buy and we had to get a new phone, and it was like the handheld phone without the cord, because at first we had just the regular phone with the cord, and it didn't have any type of like caller ID, call waiting. It didn't have anything. It was just, you plug it into the wall, plug it into the phone jack, and you get calls, and you can't really tell who it is. It's just up to you if you're gonna pick it up or not. So because he kept blowing her phone up and she couldn't tell if it was him, we went to Best Buy, got a new phone, and that's when we got call waiting, caller ID. And it was like this green kind of like emerald colored handheld phone without a cord, and it had a base, and you could either put it up or put it down. I can't remember. But like, you could see who was calling. So this man kept calling, and we finally had voicemail. So then he started leaving voicemails, right? The voicemails, like, my mom never told me that I didn't have to talk to him or that I wasn't allowed to talk to him, but she let me decide, because I would cry about, like, why doesn't my dad want me? Why doesn't my dad come to see me? Why doesn't my dad do things for me and, like, go to school events like father-daughter dances? We used to have those at the YMCA and at school. You know, why does he not support me in that way? Like, I would just watch TV shows and people would have loving dads on the show, and it would just make me cry because my dad was not there. And I went through a lot of pain from that. My mom had to watch me experience that pain. So she would tell me, like, okay, there was a time when I was younger where she didn't tell me everything. But once I got to be like 7 or 8 years old, she told me, like, hey, I met up with your dad, because she would just tell me when I was younger that she didn't know where he was, because she didn't want me to be upset. But if I were to be able to talk to him, he would have fucked with my head even more than what he already did. And I'm still damaged a little bit and working through the damage of what he did in my very young years, from 0 to 4, right? So when we got this phone, finally, when he would blow up the phone, it's like I would be confused and kind of anxious about it. And my mom was finally like, you know what? I'm just going to tell you and let you know I met up with your dad, and he wanted for me to give him a chance to be in your life. And I want you to make your own decision, because that's your dad. And she was basically like telling me what he was saying and asking. And I was getting emotional. Like, I broke down and I cried. And it's like, she was like, if you want, I can delete the messages. Like, she saved all the messages where he was talking to me. So, excuse me, y'all. It's kind of making my eyes water a little bit. But she saved all the messages of, like, when he would call and talk to me and things like that. And she was like, you can listen to them if you want. You can call him back if you want. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. You don't have to do anything at all. So I was like, I don't know, because he has not been here and he hurt me. And it's not just my mom deciding to kick him out. Like, I've told y'all the story where I witnessed my dad, like, stealing money out my mom's purse and then being gone for days, and knowing that he's high, knowing that he's drunk, smelling the liquor on his breath. Like, it was that type of experience that my mom tried to take me away from. So it's like I had cognizance and awareness of the type of person who he was, even if I didn't have the vocabulary or the experience to be able to describe it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to the messages. So I listened to the messages, and he was making all these promises on the messages, and it was just all this extra shit, and it just felt like bullshit. And there was one message where he went from saying that he was a born again Christian to the next message saying that he was going to kidnap me whether my mama liked it or not, and he don't give a fuck how she feel about it. So that made me think about it with this like love call. I do feel like there's people who you guys are going to meet that are going to show you what true love and what real love and what actual equal reciprocity in a relationship looks like. But you're also going to have to be very cognizant and aware of your boundaries, and you're going to have to be aware of lies and your intuition about what is a lie and what's real, because not only I feel like are there going to be people from your past who are going to try to pull that shit, kind of like my dad did, leaving messages about being a born again Christian and then immediately switching up when he didn't get his way. Not only are you going to have to deal with that from past people, but you could also possibly be dealing with that from people who come in, because energetically, even though you are this butterfly, this dragonfly, even though you are elevating, you're still kind of in a general vicinity of being accessible to these types of energies. So you're going to have to be really aware of what is really a gesture of love and what's just a gesture of manipulation. Because that motherfucker was trying to manipulate both of us. Talking about he done went to Christ. He done got baptized. He a born again Christian now. He don't drink no more. He don't do drugs no more. He said all of this on the voicemails. And I ended up, just so y'all know, I ended up telling her like, I don't want to have a relationship with him at this particular point. And I said that I didn't say that at first. And I didn't hear the message about him kidnapping me. What I heard was him being a born again Christian and making all these promises. And initially I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to call him. I want to talk to him. I do want to have a relationship with him, right? Child, why I tried to call this man so many times and he ain't never picked up the phone. And then he would always call when he knew I was at school and leave messages and do weird shit. And I just felt like it was so weird. Like, I just felt like it was so much bullshit that this man was trying to do to manipulate my emotions, even as a 7-8-year-old child. And it was like, what the fuck? And then when I called him, he didn't have any way for me to leave a voicemail on his phone. It would just, ring and ring and ring. And I would try to call him when I get home from school. I would try to call him when I get home from whatever I was doing, like with Chicago Children's Choir, with all these different things that we was doing, activities in my life. I would try to tell him about my performances. And I did this for several weeks. And then it's like he finally, like after that, decided that he was feeling as if my mom was trying to keep me away from him. Like, he didn't even want to acknowledge the fact that he was calling at the wrong time. He didn't want to acknowledge the fact that I was trying to reach out to him and he didn't have a way for me to leave a voicemail or get in contact with him unless it was on his terms. So then he decided to leave a message about knowing where I go to school, knowing where I go to after school, and coming to pick me up one day and her never seeing me again. And basically that, she wouldn't be able to do shit about it. And fuck you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I heard. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's how he really feels. Because that's the energy that I was getting from him, subconsciously. Okay, psychically. So at that point, that's when I was like, you know what? I don't want to have a relationship with him. And so we went to go fill out the paperwork. And I even had to sign the paperwork and like get something notarized about having a restraining order against him. Because he was acting crazy. And that was the last time, like, I really had contact with him. I hadn't seen my dad since I was 4 years old. And years had gone by. I haven't seen him. But just me hearing that energy in his voice, I knew that was a problem. And even when I was younger, I knew it was a problem. So it's like, those are the types of things that I feel like Spirit really does not want you to ignore. Yeah, missing piece. And toxic family. I feel like those are the pieces of the puzzle that Spirit doesn't want you to ignore. Because while I do see positivity coming towards you in the future when it comes to new relationships, I also see where there could be people who still have negative intentions that are able to access you, that you're going to have to actively try to protect yourself against. And you're going to be able to determine that by, not letting fear make decisions for you, but allowing the details and the evidence of the situation to give you clarity on what you need to do. Okay. Y'all, I got stories for days. All right. So what does the collective need to watch out for in the near future when it comes to love? oops, somebody who don't want you to level up. You are leveling up in life. Somebody who doesn't want you to level up, or who tries to make you think like you leveling up or changing your life is you're going in the wrong direction. Yeah, there's somebody who's addicted to copying you. You need to watch out for people who want to be like you or try to do things like you. Like, I just had a falling out with somebody, y'all, and it was crazy to me because I just realized after so much time, like, how many ways that this person was trying to just kind of be like me and then make it seem like I'm not that great of a person at the same time. So if there's a person who's doing that to you, or there's a situation where you find that someone is addicted to being like you, but then they don't want to see you get ahead, or they want to try to convince you that you're doing the wrong thing, be mindful of that. That's what you're going to need to watch out for. Is there anything else that the collective needs to watch out for when it comes to love in the near future? Relax, clear your mind. Yeah, if there's people who are trying to get you to cope using the same methods that they do, but you know these methods are unhealthy or counterproductive, you may need to watch out for those types of people. Phases and transformation. Yeah, but I feel like you're not gonna have you're not gonna be accessible to these people for much longer. But you are in this transitional phase. Those butterflies could be significant. You might see a butterfly. I saw a butterfly this morning when I was coming back from my walk. I saw a butterfly and it was big too, and it was yellow. Okay, so yellow could be significant, or butterflies could be significant. It's good for you to feel the feels, right? You don't want to numb the feelings that you feel when you go through this transformation, because it could cause you to basically like miss valuable information. Okay. What else? Yeah, your spirit team is telling you to cleanse your energy, cleanse the energy around you, cleanse your space. What else should the collective watch out for when it comes to love What else should the collective watch out for when it comes to love in the near future? Jumping to conclusions and gratitude. Yeah, try not to jump to conclusions. Whatever you do, just try to look at the evidence of the situation. Use it, act like it's a science experiment. You may have a hypothesis, but you have to prove that hypothesis through experimentation. So, you know, that experimentation could be expressing yourself. That experimentation could be, you know, trying out new environments, you know, different situations that come about. Never just assume that something is going to be a certain way, or a person is a certain way, because then you make an ass out yourself, you know? And there may be times where you may need to be more grateful for the people in your life and the situations in your life, but that's going to be something that you may have to individually, definitely, it's not even a may, you're going to have to individually determine those moments. Also, don't just assume that because somebody is showing gratitude or they're apologetic to you about a situation that they actually give a fuck, okay? Manifest. Your desires are within reach. Purify. I feel like there is definitely someone who does not want to see you level up, or they want to try to convince you that you're going in the wrong way when it comes to leveling up, but really secretly they want to be like you. I definitely get a strong vibe of like a controlling friendship, or someone who wants to act like, oh, this is friendship, or this is how friends are supposed to be, but they're actually abusive, narcissistic, and toxic, possibly coming from some type of toxic family dynamic as well. I feel like a lot of you, because of your toxic family dynamics, which I have been exploring, like, oh, let me tell you, I really like to listen to this guy. He does a lot about childhood trauma. I think his name is Patrick something. Hold on. Let me see if I can find him. He's a licensed therapist on YouTube, and there are a few that I watch, but I really have been watching him lately because he kind of sometimes does skits and like role plays to give examples. This is his name, Patrick Teahan, I think. Patrick Teahan. I watch him, and I was watching a video this morning after I woke up, and it was about what was it about? I watched a few of them, but I think it was mostly about like childhood trauma and like identifying the types of toxic family dynamics that could have brought about like an extra sensitive perspective, kind of like an empath perspective, but he broke it down in a very educated way when it comes to like the misconceptions and delusions that people attach to having empathy or being an empath. It was like hypersensitive or something like that. Let me see if I can find it, because then I'll show y'all this, because I'm not going to remember to pin it. I promise you. I'm not going to remember to pin it on the community tab, but oh yeah, it's highly sensitive person and childhood trauma. This is the one that it was. I'm not actually going to play it. Y'all see what I've been watching. I don't care, because I love what I watch. But this one right here where it says the HSP, the highly sensitive person and childhood trauma, that's a good one to watch. That's a good one to watch, because it definitely was very informative about certain things. Like, even for example, he was like, overstimulation is definitely, I think it's like, I can't remember the acronym, but there was one part where if you are possibly someone who's experienced some type of toxic family dynamic or childhood trauma, and you were highly sensitive to those situations where other people may not have been, it's like the sun coming in through the blinds or through the window, and then you feeling it and hitting you, and then you have to close the blinds. Like, some people just ignore it and they don't have any issue with it, but even that can be a sign that you are possibly a person who's highly sensitive. And I do think there are spiritual connections to that, but it just feels like, to me, it kind of just feels like there's a need for you to be aware of these triggers, because I believe that a lot of you guys are attracting or attracted to, because we were talking about that with the conflict and defeat, you going a different way. A lot of you guys are attracting or have been attracted to people who kind of mirror or duplicate those experiences that you've had as a child. Like how I just explained the story with my dad and him calling and blowing our phone up. I have been attracted to people who just blow my phone up when I don't want to talk to them. And I feel like, oh, that's some way of showing me that they love me. And it's just fucking toxic. Okay? So those are just some examples. I really do feel like you guys are manifesting. I feel like you're leveling up. I feel like there's positivity flowing around you. And there's just a lot that I feel like you have to look forward to. So as you're in this moment of closing these doors, and as you're in this moment of kind of like going a different way from what you're used to, or going a different way from the crowd, I want you guys to stand firm in that. Remember the strength card, remember the justice card. I want you guys to stand firm in that and understand how much of a benefit that is going to bring to your life. And you know, I'm not perfect. You're not going to always be perfect in the situation. You're not going to always know the answers. But as long as you just keep taking action, as long as you keep moving forward, as long as you keep doing your best to learn and grow, that's what is making you this elevated person. And it doesn't make you any better than anybody else, because we all have a choice about what we want to do. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. It just means that you have opportunity. Okay? So let's see. What's the advice for the collective? Thank you guys for being here. Y'all be sure to like the video if you're heading out. Focus. I can choose what I want to focus on. This is your advice, to choose what you want to focus on. As you work on your goals, recognize you need to take a step back and really focus on what you are trying to accomplish. Whether you are starting a new goal or already in the midst of it, the angels are urging you to have good organization and lots of preparation in place. So if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, pretty much. Don't be scared, be prepared. That's what I always tell y'all. Everybody says, you know, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. But personally, y'all know that I always tell y'all, don't be scared, be prepared. So that's what Spirit wants you to do, is try to focus on what it is that you need to do. Be prepared for things that could come up. And just when things do come up, don't stress about it. Don't have anxiety about it. Don't, have a conniption. Just deal with it. However you have to deal with it, whether it's communication, making arrangements, or whether it's just handling something and getting it done. Okay. Wisdom. My mind is strong, open, and clear. The angels are letting you know that working on nurturing a deeper connection with your own divine power can help you to deal with changes and challenges with ease and can ensure you become your own tower of wisdom and calming presence in your life. Okay? Calming. Yeah. I feel like this is about anxiety. Okay, the conflict and defeat card could definitely have some type of anxiety or racing thoughts, I think I said earlier, connected to it. So I feel like there's a lot of wisdom that you guys already have. Bank on it. Fall back on that. Don't stress or trip. Stop tripping. Okay? Stop tripping. Stop overreacting. And I don't think you're actually overreacting. Sometimes you're just reacting. But there's a need to take a beat, take a breath, and fall back on the wisdom that you already have. Okay? And then also looking at the situation as like maybe a science experiment, or looking at the situation from a higher perspective can help you gain more wisdom so that the fear kind of will subside over time. Okay? Letting go. I let go of what no longer serves me to make space for new beginnings. That's overall. New beginnings, Fool card. Crazy. You need to let go to make room for new things in your life, or you must let go to give someone else the space they need to grow. And let's say that again. You need to let go to make room for new things in your life, or you must let go to give someone else the space they need to grow. Let go because holding on is too painful. The angels remind you letting go is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Yeah, and I think that there was a lot of love I was picking up on from this situation, like from you to this person, whoever they are. And sometimes the greatest act of service and the greatest act of love that you can give to a person is to let them go when you see that your presence could be crippling them in some way, shape, or form. Now, I do feel like some of you guys have let this person grow. You've tried to let this person grow and let them go, but they don't want to let you go. So there's maybe a stronger boundary that needs to be put in place. And there needs to be more focus on what you have going on versus what this person has going on. But overall, I just feel like you guys understand on a certain level that the way that something was going was not healthy. And I feel like you guys understand that now, even though there may be feelings of loss, or there may be a void, like we talked about earlier, that, feels empty, that you may feel the urge to fill. Even though that's the case, you still have power in the situation. And it's like knowing that you have power and being prepared for the future, looking up at what's about to come instead of having your head down or staying blindfolded, is going to help that void be filled more accurately with what actually will benefit you overall when it comes to your evolution and growth. So I hope that helped you guys. Be sure to like the video, subscribe. If y'all can donate $5 or $10, maybe $20 to the building fund, it is greatly appreciated and very, very helpful right now. I really appreciate everyone who's donated. And the more you donate, the more chances you have to win a free reading from me. And I'm when I tell you I'm finna be giving away readings, I'm finna be giving away readings. And it doesn't matter if it's pre-recorded, one-on-one, I am giving away readings. It doesn't matter if you want to have a reading with your friends, or if you want to have like a relationship reading with someone you're dealing with. I'm giving away free readings. Okay? So you guys be sure to donate. Click the link below for the GoFundMe. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really love and appreciate you guys. And if you cannot donate, just be sure to like the video, subscribe, you guys. Put the hearts in the comment section. Let me know however you feel about this reading. And that's it. That's all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.